About 20 years ago, Game Freak did something incredible, and they haven't done it ever since. Now, I don't think it's a controversial statement to say that Pokemon games have gotten incrementally better with almost every entry, but Legends Arceus is a bit different, and to understand why, we need to look at some history. I don't think I need to explain the cultural significance of the first Pokemon games, do I? They came out and shocked the world, quickly establishing themselves as one of the biggest franchises in gaming. Pokemon would later go on to become the biggest media franchise in the world, and the rest is history. But there's a part of this story that I left out. If you look at any Pokemon game, you'll quickly find that they've been improving gradually with each entry. Whether it's the physical special split in Gen 4, or the addition of moving sprites and a more in-depth story in Gen 5, every Pokemon game adds something in an attempt to make it better than its predecessor. However, with that being said, they all follow the same general formula. You get your starter, you beat the gyms, stop the bad guys, and become the champion. Game Freak has been using this exact same formula for years. Even their attempts to slightly differentiate the formula with Sun and Moon still remained relatively similar, with the Kahunas acting as gym leaders and acting as the evil team. Look, what matters here is that the games are basically the same, and honestly, is that even a problem? I mean, they sell super well. They've gotten fantastic reception from both fans and gaming outlets up until recent years, so what's the problem? Well, look no further than a different series, The Legend of Zelda. Everyone knows the story of Breath of the Wild, a game that reinvented what it means to be a Zelda game, changed the world, and got the series its first ever Game of the Year award. All of this was possible thanks to the team's willingness to innovate. Their ability to take a chance was graciously rewarded with countless accolades and recognition from the gaming world at large. But I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here. Am I really about to say Legends Arceus is going to do what Breath of the Wild did? Absolutely not. That would be far too bold of a prediction. But there are clear through lines in these two stories, and it relates to what I said at the beginning of this video. The similarity is what Game Freak hasn't done in 2 decades. Innovation. With Legends Arceus, Game Freak isn't simply making a new Pokemon game. They're not making another game with gym leaders, an evil team, and a champion. They're trying something new. For the first time since Red and Blue, Game Freak is making something different. Arceus looks like a game that has incredible potential. I mean, it's an open world Pokemon game. This is what we've all desperately begged Game Freak to make for years, but it's not just open world. They changed the gameplay as well. For example, the traditional turn-based battles of the past have been slightly altered to reflect more recent turn-based RPGs, even going as far as to give you the option to use different attacks to alter when your Pokemon gets its turn. It's even got bosses that look like they're straight out of a traditional action RPG. This game is all about exploration and catching Pokemon, which is exactly what Pokemon was always supposed to be about. In fact, if you look at it, this is the same path Breath of the Wild took, a Zelda game that calls back to the original mission statement of the franchise. Explore and adventure in an untamed wilderness and defeat the forces of darkness to save the world. So with all this said, this'll be the best Pokemon game, right? I mean, better combat, better gameplay, even a potentially better story? Well, maybe. See, I'm not sure how good or bad this game will be. I mean, I doubt it'll be bad, please don't be bad. But if you haven't already guessed, it doesn't actually matter if this game is good or bad. This game proves that Game Freak is willing to try something new, something different, something that might just be special. I don't know if this is about making the best Pokemon game. I think this is about making a new Pokemon game, and that's exactly what Game Freak plans to do. So will it work? I don't know. But what I do know is that regardless of what happens next, I'm excited, because it shows us that even if they can't succeed, they're willing to try.